Okay, boat's packed and I'm packed and I'm good to go. So heading on the safari down the Murray River and I'm off like a bride's nightie.
Get it all on camera, Dad. All the frustrations, all the shit.
Repairs before we even get going. It's all working fine. Right, that's that problem solved. Okay, there's two main things that you've got to check before you set out on a maiden voyage like this, right? So we don't jinx the whole show. And that is not to have bananas in the boat, right? Not asked. Why no bananas? During the War of Independence, the Yanks were shipping bananas over from the Bahamas, right, along with the English during the War of Independence. And all the boats laden with bananas, percentage-wise, about 75%, right, the Bermuda Triangle. Now, initially, they just thought it was bananas. So you never have bananas in a boat, right? Especially on a maiden voyage, because that's what happens.
That's what happens. And this is just like that.
So the next thing you got to check is you got to make sure the bung's in the boat, because whether the ship's captain's back during those maiden voyages carrying bananas, right? Sunk because of the bananas, or sunk because they didn't put the bungs in the boat. And they're too embarrassed to say that.
And they blame the bananas.
And they blame the bananas. So in our case, we're covering all bases.
Alright.
And there we have
Beautiful.
it. Ready to go.
Started a 2.5-month journey. 2,500 k's.
Gotta keep moving straight. Don't look back, don't hesitate, don't even stall. There's no time at all. Gotta do the right, gotta do the wrong. Gotta figure out what side you're on. Gotta move along. There's no time at all. Gotta move along, no time at all. Na 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 na. No time at all. Na 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 na.
Oh! Whoa! Shit! Hey, it's on camera.
We got away with that.
Here we are with round 2 for Dad to get us stuck on a boulder. Nearly got us killed last time.
Righto, that's the perfect position for Sam to be in to get the boat to a plane. asleep, leg crossed, cocked, and hands in the burial position. You're mad, you bastard. Got the David Johnson spaghetti bolognese. Something that everyone who knows me knows that I'm not a bad cook at this. Aussie's, it's time for Aussie to leave the trip. He's heading back to Aubrey. We're at Howlong at the moment, and I'm probably not going to make Corowa tonight, so it's best that he gets off here. But thanks for coming all this way.
Not a problem, mate, not a problem.
I appreciate it. First camp on my own. Aussie's departed, and I'm going to make for Mulwala tomorrow and fish the Mulwala Lake. Actually, he measures at about 6'10". Anyway, not a bad fish. I'll let him go.
Somewhere deep inside of my soul.
Finish me brekkie. Spaghetti toasted sandwiches. Beautiful. Got a little welcoming committee. Little welcoming committee. Well, this is obviously his boat ramp. Okay, we're on the other side. Thanks, Chris. These are the beaches that I'm familiar with along the Murray. I'm in familiar country now. As a young fella, this is the river that I spent most of my time. Pull the fishing rods out now and start fishing, because it was closed waters from Yarrawonga all the way to this bridge. I've been travelling now since I left Chris up near Morgan's Beach, and I just don't see any access to the river, no camps. It's quite remote in here, and I'm really excited because this is the sort of experience I wanted. I wanted to get right out on the Murray River and get to some places not a lot of people get to. Anyway, it's all good and living the dream. See you tomorrow.
To see the earth before it touched his hand.
sunset from this camp, and I can hear frogs. I haven't heard frogs like this for a long time. You can see all these ferns through here. As a kid they weren't common for me, but I did remember my father telling me about the bush used to be covered in ferns, the forest floor, and here it is. It's everywhere. Exactly how Dad said it was. 60 odd years ago. Don't sell yourself too short, my love. This is part of the Barmer Forest Swamp, which stretches for a long way upstream from where I'm standing here. And this is where it flows back into the Murray River. Dad often spoke about this swamp, and this is where my grandfather had his first heart attack. Dad had to put him on his shoulders and drag him out of the swamp and get him back to hospital. So that's the significance of the Barmer Forest Swamp. Okay, he summons to come through, so through we go. Look at this river.
Went to the rodeo today. I saw the cowgirls lined up on the fence. Brand new Chevrolet. A brand new pair of seamless pants.
I've arrived at Barham, and back with an old familiar sight, I rang Rob, the owner of our old place, yesterday and said, I'm passing through, can I have a look around? And he said, no worries. So here I am.
Inside of my soul.
And there's the old tree. What's left of it. It's a huge old tree. I'm very proud of that tree. And I was a bit disappointed when I heard it was cut down. And it'll never grow back the way it was. Anyway. Alright, over to me tucker. Another good camp. Hasn't been too many bad ones. And I'm doing a stir-fried chicken tonight with vegetables and rice. So I'm going to get the fire going now and get the rice on so it's cold when I start. So here's living. As you can see down here, you see the wet bank. That wet bank gives you an indication that it's dropped. Over the last week, it's probably dropped 1.5 foot. Now, that's not real good for fishing. Whenever a river drops, fish have had their feed, and if it's windy after a drop, that's not good again, because they're feeding off the leaves and the debris that falls in the river. So unfortunately I haven't had much of a run with fishing, but I'm hoping it picks up. I've still got another 4.5, 5 weeks to go, so we'll see when I get down to Boundary Bend and Robin Vale, where it's yellow belly country. It could be a different story. I've wandered over to this irrigation channel, and I could see some really big fish moving around in the shallow water. So I've hooked up with a worm, bit of light gear. I'm going to see what's in there. Okay, I persevered and it paid off. I've got a whopper. Big dirty stinking carp hooked it.
But I needed you to set me free. Must be the luckiest man alive. Man finds love in his life.
One big dirty stinking buff-headed Euro. Anyway, best to have them out of the river, because this one's probably laden with eggs. Look at the guts on it. So I'll be doing the environment a favour. So 10 pound. Not anymore. Anyway, that's going to feed the crows. Not far away from Swan Hill now, and I've just noticed the banks have gone a reddy sort of alluvial colour. It's quite a contrast to what I've been looking at for the last 3 weeks. So I think there's more of this to come.
Feel the motion. It's an endless ocean.
It's the 4th of October. Just leaving Swan Hill and making my way down to Tulibuck, where I'll meet up with Paul Snow. So, been here 2 days, watched the grand final, which was good, and a bit of a break. I've just pulled up on the side of the bank just to have a look at this massive red gum seedlings that have sprouted up, and I'm talking a big area. And I can walk into it. They're not very high, but they are as thick as. And I'm wondering how they sort themselves out, because they all can't live together like this. The big ones will sort the little ones out, I suppose. Okay, just been bobbing a shrimp just down here, bobbing it the way Chris taught me, and probably about a 4 pound yellow. He's going to be tea. I'll need 2 arseholes to get rid of him, I reckon. Since Swan Hill, you know, there's been a lot of this, a lot of big pumping systems, and you've seen a big impact on the river. The river's a lot lower, and you can see why you know, they sell the water, and and there's a shortage of it at the moment. A lot of water rights haven't been awarded this year because of the water shortage. But when you look at so many people competing for it, is there enough to go around, you know? Righto, we've just arrived at the Warcool Junction. This is the bottom end, and the Warcool flows out of the Edwards right up near Deniliquin, meanders its way through the Mallee country to this point here, and there it is there. I've got Paul with me now, and here we are. We're at a crossroads. Imagine being at Gallipoli, because these cliff faces similar to what they had to deal with over there, and try and fight up them, you know. Soon come a hassle with the CID. You do it now. It's your problem. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's healthy. What do you reckon of this? What do you make of this, Paul?
Well, I've been in the Northern Territory. Something about the Murray River I never knew about. Incredible.
It really is, isn't it? Some of those cliffs are probably 50, 60 foot.
I reckon. Yep. Looking like a fall down one, is it?
No. And it just goes right around this big bend.
Yeah. Murray's got lots of surprises, that's for sure.
Sure has.
Stop thinking that his life has changed.
Pretty hard to manage a big fish on your own, and film him as well. But he's a big cod. He's probably about 20 pound. Anyway. Can't keep him, so I'm going to have to let him go. Remnants of a really old tugboat or paddle steamer. I don't know, they probably towed this thing. It's all made out of steel. Might have been a steamboat.
If you call me up, I'll say a few words, but I'll try not to speak too long.
Just going through the lock at Mildura, and I'm sharing it with the Melbourne paddle steamer. So that's a surprise. And we're about to go. Rightio, I've made it to Wentworth, and I've just come to the Murray-Darling Junction, which is just ahead of me right there. So I'm going to head up the river for a couple of days, see what it's like up there. Here's to adventure. Okay, I've got Ryan aboard now, and we're just inside the Wentworth lock at Descending. I think this is lock number 10.
What does it mean when you belong to someone? When you're born with a name and you carry it on. It means that I won't give in, won't give in, won't give in. 'Cause everyone I love is here.
Well, I've come about 40 k's downstream from the customs house. We're heading that way. I'm right up on top of an escarpment. There's a tower up here. Donald's down there having a sleep. I thought I'd come up here for a bit of a Captain Cook recon. It's a beautiful day today, and we're about 30 k's from Renmark. So the end is closing. Renmark's going to take me into the under 600, so probably about 560. And I spoke to Macca today and had a yarn to him, told him about the trip, and he wants to know more next week if I'm still on the Murray, and I think I will be. So he wants to hear about the surf trip. Anyway, I plan to do that. Anyway, not a bad view, eh? For the Murray River. How you going? I remember you. Well, I'll tell you what. You know those signs that you made up, and you engraved the kids' names. Yeah, they're still on their door to this day. And that was that would have been 15, 14, 13 years ago.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. As soon as I saw Chook Man, and we've got a movie of you singing a song with the Chook and the Chook House on your head. You wouldn't sing us a song, would you?
This is probably the song I sang. This is on the mighty Murray River at Renmark. When you're walking through the bush and you feel nature's gentle push, you look for a place around to lay your deposit down. Now there's nothing quite so bad, and it makes you feel so sad when the paper for the loo is wet with morning dew.
That's right.
Pooh, I'm telling you, when the paper's wet with dew, your fingers go right through. Pooh, yeah, it's true. When the fingers go right through, they smell a little too. Now you're having a trip down the river, aren't you?
That's right.
I can see all your gear. Did you ever have that experience where you get up in the morning and you left the toilet paper out in the tree?
Yeah, I have.
You have? Well,
Yes.
This is the next verse of that. And this is twice as worse as the first one as I was just saying it.
Pretty well happened this morning.
Now I tried the paper bark, but the ants were still apart. And I got no desire for another ring of fire. I tried the oak gum leaves, so soft and cool they seem, but the eucalyptus oil turns me cheeks to funeral pyres. Boo, I'm telling you. And so it goes on like that. Now I'm sure you must have had an experience with the way you're laughing.
Yeah, I have.
Nothing worse than get up in the morning, there's wet bloody toilet paper.
Yeah.
And you don't realise it.
No.
It's bloody cold too.
No, yeah.
There we go. That's a bit of that one.
This is Murray below Lock 4. Slow going, a lot of weed, and still nice sandy beaches, which is good. So, see what happens. Lock 3 and Lock 2, I've been told it gets really big, and the wind, and seals at Lock 1 and Lock 2. Aussie tells me that, but we'll see. 504 k's to go, so 2,100 done. So that's it on the Vinegar Stroke.
When they got up on their feet, they made the show. And that was
Mate, we were told by a bloke before we started this trip that seals were making their way up from Lake Alexandra, is that right? Yeah. They come up here?
No, haven't seen them up here though. They've seen at Murray Bridge.
Oh, okay. So it's half true, because he said when you get to Lock 1, you'll see the bastards lying up on top of the lock. That's why I asked you about these bollards. I've just come into this cave on the side of one of these sandstone cliffs, and just looking in it here, it's just honeycombed with all these holes all the way through. It keeps going that way. Might have a look. Never know, I might find a dinosaur. Okay, John and I have decided to make camp under this escarpment. Anyway, we cut a little bit of level ground here for the table and chairs, and there's not much here, you know, just a bit of a ledge, about 3 metres up, and that's where Don plans to keep his swag tonight. He's going to pretend he's back in Vietnam.
Chicago or Detroit.
This is the Murray Princess, possibly one of the biggest paddle steamers that's on the Murray River. It's a river, what size of it. On the home stretch, only about 75 k's to go. Okay, this is my second attempt to get across the bay, or get across the lake. It's a little bit choppy, it's calmer tomorrow, but I thought I'd come out their way and just see how bad it is. If it's going to be like this, I'm going to go all the way. I've got one of my reference points out there, so it tells me I'm on the right track. Pretty rough. I'm getting out towards the middle now. We're about 25 k's into it. Right, here's another reference point. Those cliffs there. Once I hit those cliffs on my right, start heading straight over to Point Sturt, which is the entrance into the lower Murray Passage towards Goolwa. So I've come a long way so far. Looks like just ocean out there, and I can't even see landfall on the other side now. But on this side, I've got land, and I know where I am. So I better keep going. Okay, come past Point Sturt, and the 3 lakes have sort of met. It's got really rough. Take it easy and get in as fast as I can now before the waves get any worse from the wind. Not far away from Goolwa now. From Goolwa, it's probably about 10 k's to the river mouth. It's nice and calm in here, so I'm over the worst. river mouth now. Murray River. With this sand drink in here. Obviously trying to keep it open. And I'm just coming out into it now. Murray Mouth. All the way from the top. Okay, got 2 rods out. I'm trawling the mouth of the Murray. See what I can pick up. You never know. Could be something here. Okay, Phil Ball from Ocean Living Surf School has graciously decided to take me out to the river mouth and supply a couple of boards. So what do we plan to expect out there, Phil?
I wouldn't get our hopes up. The swell's kicked in a bit.
Yeah.
It's about 4 foot in front of my place, so it's usually a bit bigger down there.
Yeah.
But you never know. We just might get lucky and get it good.
Well, it's worth a try.
That's hope.
And as long as I can get in, jump on a wave, that's all I need to do instead of being shark bait. And you know, surf one, I'll have achieved what I wanted to do.
Plenty of seals there, so we'll be right.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Board's loaded up. Heading to the Murray. This is the last of my journey to actually surf a wave at the Murray mouth. And I'm not going to hang around too long out there because it's shit surf. But as long as I can catch a wave, I've done what I said I'd do. Anyway.
Beautiful. Go for it, mate. There you go, mate.
I've fulfilled it.
You've done it. You finished the trip.
Yeah, I did.
Good on you.
Well, she's out. Got a bit of slime on her. Not as much slime on this side as there is on that side. Wonder why. Oh, this is the side Don was sitting on. Anyway, she's done alright. And the motor and everything. It's done good.
To the bone, people pass by whom you once had known, and you're all alone, no time at all. You just can't stop stepping out of line, you can't stop shaking and you can't stop crying, and you're out of time, no time at all. Till you're faced with more, you lose the ones that you look out for, and you're feeling small, no time at all. You look for a hand to cling yourself to. You can't stop time catching up on you. What can you do? No time at all.